Hey yo, Mark here for Mark's Max Muscle. And today's going to be a first for Mark's Max Muscle. I'm going to be introducing you guys to a bodybuilder by the name of John Hart. So why is it a first, you might ask? Well, Mr. Hart just so happens to be a 100% natural bodybuilder. So if you're just a natural lifter like myself, then you're definitely going to want to subscribe to this guy's YouTube channel. He has loads of great sound advice. Of course, I'm going to be leaving some links in the description below, so check them out. Now, I'm not going to get into a whole debate about who's natty or who's not, but let's face it, unless you're competing in natural events, and there's no real way to be certain. But trust me when I say, this guy is 100% natural. So, without further ado, let's take a look at John Hart. At one look, and it's plain to see that John Hart was more than just a natural bodybuilder. He is in fact a natural bodybuilding champion, competing at the elite level. Just look at that V-taper, incredible. It looks like about a 20-inch waist. And I must say, those are probably the most well-developed legs that I've ever seen on a natural bodybuilder. Actually, quite incredible leg development. Of course, he's always given great advice on his YouTube channel on how to develop such muscles, so you're definitely going to want to benefit from subscribing as soon as you can. Hart was born and raised in New York, and was actually trained by bodybuilding legend Mike Menzer. So of course, he was used to the high intensity coupled with the short duration workouts. And evidently, this method was effective to say the very least. Here's John at 19 years of age. Just incredible. He placed fourth here at the Teen Empire State Championships. This was in 1984. Shortly after that, he moved to Los Angeles. And in 1989, he would win the Novice Mr. California overall title. That same year, he would win his weight class at the Mr. Huntington Beach competition. Hart competed a bunch through the 1990s, but he actually lost all of his awards and trophies due to a natural disaster, unfortunately. So for now, let's skip ahead to 2001. And that year, John won the tall class at the Natural Mr. Universe competition. This was under the ABA banner. Let's once again skip ahead to 2012. And Hart would compete for the Mr. America title under the INBF banner. He won his weight class, but failed to take the overall. Now, most would call this a great victory. But, like other great champions, Hart would only accept the overall title as a true victory. So, in 2013, Hart would vie for the Mr. America title once again. This time, Hart was much more prepared. He had unleashed maximum intensity in the gym for 11 months. Now it was time to gather the title that eluded him his whole life. And he would not be denied. Hart would win the overall title. He was Mr. America. At 48 years of age, he realized his dream. Hart is actually the oldest Mr. America champion since the title's inception in 1939. He competed a few more times, doing quite well. Now in his 50s, John still continues to train and still looks great. As I said before, I highly recommend his YouTube channel, as he's always giving great expert advice. Of course, I'll be leaving some links in the description below, so check him out. You can only benefit from this guy's advice. He is Mr. America. He is John Hart. Well, that about does it for this one. I'll be doing more profiles on other natural bodybuilders, like Mr. Hart, in the future, so keep an eye out for them ones. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. And that's it for now. This is Mark for Mark's Max Muscle.